So how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. Mellow week, just like in holiday mode already. Not
I
doing
feel that.
anything, pretty much.
I, I wish I was in that mode.
Yeah. Um, Pretty checked out today, but I'm making soup because it's cold out and that's about all we've done.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got five
Yeah,
kids home, so if it gets loud or crazy, just tune it out.
you got it.
All right, so we'll jump right into some questions. I was listening to, I might butcher this, but was it Be Fowler? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
with
You got
Alex
it.
Terrible, and I was like, this is so cool. And it made me think, like, I wonder if you could tell us about some of the collaborations on the new album.
Yeah, absolutely. We were just lucky enough to get like our friends on the record. So we got Josh from Ingested, we got Alan from Distant, and we got Johnny from Carcosa. So we've been friends with, Alex, Johnny, and Josh for a very long time. And we just kind of like to put our friends on the record. It's like we never plan to have anybody on the record. We kind of just record as is, as if Ricky was going to do all the songs.
Mhm.
Um, but uh, labels, end up, wanting guest features. We end up kind of changing our minds, like, yeah, guest features would be sick. And so,
Yeah,
who better to get than some of your good friends that you've been friends with for a long time?
makes sense. So do you guys like
Yeah.
record all together? Because a lot of those people are in different countries, right? Or do you just record wherever you are and put it together?
So we'll record wherever we are, and
Mhm.
then what we'll do is we'll send off the song to them and give them the section where we want them to do it.
Mhm.
And then they'll go and record it either at their home or with somebody or whatever it might be. So I wish we could like fly them out to the studio and like have them just do it there. But, you know, one day we'll do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. So for metal music, do you typically like record it piece by piece and put it all together, or is some of it recorded live in studio like all together, like as the band?
There we are. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what's been going on, but like my internet's been wonky all day. I apologize.
Okay, it happens.
Um, but yeah, as far as our music grading goes, when we're in the studio, we'll kind of go and just take it piece by piece. I we've never done like a studio session where it's like kind of just live, where everybody plays all together. Um, But what we'll do is we'll do pre-production at home. Like I'll write a song at home and I'll kind of flesh out all the parts. I'll program some like basic drums, maybe some like symphony stuff if I'm feeling like I have an idea. And then I'll send it off to Levi, and then he'll kind of like put his spin on it and like add his things. And it's kind of like collaborative that way as far as the music goes. Once all that's done, we'll send it off to Ricky. He'll demo out some vocals and get some ideas going for how he wants these songs to sound. And then we go to the studio and kind of flesh it all out. And the producer's like, that works, this doesn't, this doesn't, this doesn't. And with Josh Schrader, it's actually a great process. Like he really challenges you to like think outside the box and do things that you normally might not. So it was awesome working with him.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't picture like the old school method of like everybody getting in one studio room and like just nailing it out, working as well with metal and like how everybody's so spread apart these days. It makes sense that
Yeah.
you guys do it piece by piece and kind of put it together. Yeah.
Yeah, totally, totally. I mean, there are bands that still do that.
Yeah,
Like I
absolutely.
think, I think the new Tala record they did that and it came out really cool. So sometimes in some instances it does work.
Hmm.
For our band, I feel like I don't know. I haven't really wanted to do that like live, just play the album and figure it out type deal. Maybe one day. Well, who knows?
Maybe. So when you guys are writing, what do you like start with guitar or like have like a certain like melody or riff or lyrics first? Do you have like a method for writing?
Um, with me personally, I always focus on the guitar first.
Hmm.
Um, and then from there, I'll build things around like I'll start off with a riff, and
Hmm.
then I'll build the drums to that riff, and then I'll put the bass to that riff, and then I'll either repeat that riff as many times or move on to the next one and do the same thing. So it's always just kind of like it's like putting Legos together. You start with the main block and then you always build things around or on top of it. So
Hmm.
I uh I always focus on guitar first. I can't speak for Levi or Josh or Christian whenever they're writing, but that is my process is I feel like the riff is like the main like point for me and I really want that to come across.
Okay. Stuff just like blows my mind. Like my husband is musically gifted, I guess. He likes like synths. And he was telling me how nowadays a lot of people have like one band member kind of write each piece of the music on their computer and then they just put it all together. Like that is just insane. That's
Yep,
crazy.
that's kind of how we do it.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
All right. If you had to switch instruments with another band member, for one show, who would you pick and why?
I'd pick Josh because playing bass is fun and easy.
So
I
what
could move
you could
around a
already
lot
like
more.
you could already switch over to bass and kind of know what you're doing though.
Pretty much, yeah.
But if
Yeah.
we threw you on
I would
drums for one show, would you survive it or would it be a disaster?
nope. Nope. I do not have the technical ability to play drums whatsoever.
Yeah.
I've tried and I feel like it's the arm and hand separate movements together that really throws me for a loop. Like I don't know what it is. It's like they call it
Yeah.
like what was like a drummer's twitch, I think it's called. Like where you have to get out of that everything's its own limb essentially, and I just
Yeah.
don't have that. Like I'll throw my leg down and my arm will want to come down, whatever. I'll fuck up the whole thing.
Yeah. I can't even like drive stick because using 2 feet throws me off. So I can't imagine like both hands and feet doing different things. Like, nope, nope.
Yep, yep, nope, not for me.
That's awesome. That would be fun to see though.
Yeah, 100%.
Or like throw Josh on vocals or something.
That'd be tight. That'd be tight. Josh is
Yeah.
actually a really good vocalist. He
You
does
guys are all
some
like
scream.
gifted. So normally your main singer, Ricky, right? He does di he didn't do as many like melodies before, right? Until this album. Is that true or
Yeah, he did some on the Burden of Fate.
yeah.
Fowler. Stuff like that. But he really comes into, I feel like he really comes into play on this album a whole lot more, and we're really focused on those singing elements.
Hmm.
When we went in for the Burden of Faith, we weren't planning to sing nearly as much on that
Yeah.
album. But he wanted to, so we did.
Were you guys just like, let's try this? And then he was like, oh my gosh, I nailed it. Like, let's just, or what was it like? Like I heard like you did like vocal
That's
lessons on
exactly.
the phone or something, but it seems like it kind of just like threw it out there and then just rolled with it. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of like what happened is like he went in expecting to do one thing and then the producer pushed him to do another.
yeah.
Um and you know, like that the first time he sang like sang was on The Burden of Faith and he was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I can do this." And now this record, he's a lot more comfortable and confident with it and like he he really came into his own vocally with this record. So, um, he's been working on. We've all been working on all of our vocal styles so we can perform better. Write better music, do all of that thing, do all that stuff. So it's a constant struggle because uh, we're never good enough. We're never good enough, and then like we're finally starting to be like, okay, maybe we're okay. you know.
Yeah. I've kind of always wondered, like, do most metal bands like the what do you call them, like backup vocalists or whatnot, like do they have vocal training or did they just like lean into the microphone and scream and then we're like, I could do this? Like, what is it typically, would you
Uh,
say? Is it both?
I mean, I've seen both.
Yeah.
I've kind of just seen both. Like, I was lucky enough to be, uh, blessed with, band members that can all sing and scream. So,
Yeah.
like, all of us are kind of like, you know, doing the most live. Like, Josh will do backup screams and then he'll do harmonies with me singing. And then Christian will back Ricky up screaming. So it's like everybody kind of like gets a chance to be on the microphone, which is
That's
kind of
cool.
nice.
That is cool. And then it's not all
Yeah.
on just one person. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to get Levi a microphone so he can drum and sing at the same time, but he don't
I
want to do it.
I am always impressed when I see like the backup singer is the drummer. I'm like, how do they do it? They're already multitasking so
Yeah,
much. Let's just add some lyrics in there. But it always works out.
yeah.
It always sounds really good. Um, so speaking of like more heavy sounds, what is there something that you would say like fans might be surprised goes into like making such a heavy sound or I don't know.
I would probably say no, I think I understand the question.
Okay, I was like,
So
I don't think I
like
worded that well, but you know what I mean.
like the process of writing a heavy song, like what would be the most surprising fact of like what you would have to do to get that heavy? Like
I
is
guess
that is
like
that kind of like what
writing
you're
or
asking?
singing, either way. True.
Okay.
Like vocally
Okay.
or just even singing, yeah, like if you have to go to a certain place to get into like that dark lyric.
Well, I will say this. I mean, as far as music goes, when I'm writing music, I always have to get into a certain headspace for the song that I'm writing. And
Mhm.
a lot of my inspiration comes from watching movies or TV shows.
Hmm.
Um, and because they make me feel.
Yeah.
Um, and our music is the goal for of Sulfur is for somebody to listen to our music and be like, I could hear this part going over like, an action movie part, or I could hear this going over a sad part in a movie. The inspiration, I do get it from music and bands and all that stuff, and like but movies and stuff like that, watching those and like kind of trying to get into a certain headspace for the particular type of song that you're writing, it can put you in different mediums of media can always get you into that place. So I like to try different things.
Okay. That's pretty cool. You just like go put
Yeah,
like a action movie on or something before you need to do something like intense or
yeah, yeah. Like, what
name
was
like
like
a
the one I
movie
was watching?
you watched before one of your songs, I guess if you remember.
For like, so for like Evermore, that chorus, um, I wanted a really drivey, like ass beater of a chorus where you like if you heard this in a movie and they were like driving off in a car or something like that. So uh I I think I had been watching it was a Vin Diesel movie. It was either Triple X or Fast and Furious. I can't remember which one it was. But I was like, yeah, and like they had a song in the background. It was some kind of metal song. I forgot what fucking was. But I was like, yeah,
Inspiration.
yeah, that's what I want. Like I would say me and Ricky are the biggest horror movie fans, so I would like to say that one of us would survive,
Okay.
just based off of like horror movie knowledge.
Yeah,
But Christian's a goblin, and he'll always find a way to survive. So I mean, I feel like he might be a good running candidate too.
that's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have like a non-metal artist or band that you listen to that fans might be surprised by?
Yeah. I mean, I do. I don't know if they'd be surprised by it because I do say it quite a bit. But Depeche Mode is one of my favorite bands. I
Okay.
love 80s like dark wave and that type of stuff. It's actually one of my favorite styles of music. So
Okay.
I love that stuff.
Okay, I'm always surprised because for me, I always think that like if you do hardcore music, you only listen to that. Like if you do metal music, you probably mostly listen to that. But it seems like most of the artists I speak to, that's not really what they listen to all the time. I don't know how that works out. Like you play
No,
this hair metal guitar band, but then you listen to like something completely different, you know?
yeah.
I guess we're
No,
all
it's
diverse.
it's kind of crazy. It's like as a kid, like, I was like all metal all the time and I didn't want to listen to anything else, but like as I started to grow up, I mean my mom was always listening to like 80s dark wave stuff because she was a goth kid in LA.
Hmm.
And so, I just kind of like started listening to that and it kind of made a comeback and a lot of, people I knew were listening to that as well. So I kind of just picked that up and these days I listen to that a little bit more than I listen to metal. Like I love metal and always will, but if I'm chilling in the car or something like that, I will throw that on in an instant.
Yeah. I always listen to like I'm mostly just like metal, but now that I have kids and they're always with me, like we'll kind of mix it up and now I'm getting more into like alternative rock and I'm like, this is actually pretty good. So
Hmm.
I'm branching out. So you guys have inspired
There we go.
me.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then also as a photographer, when I'm not doing just metal shows, I tend to not get as kicked in the head as much, you know? So I'm like, okay, it's
Well,
good. There's a benefit, you know.
yeah.
Less crowd
Yeah.
surfers coming at you in the photo pit. So
Totally.
okay. If you were to describe endless in 3 words, what would you pick? Just off the top of your head, I guess.
Emotional, heavy,
Hmm.
and dark.
That fits for me. I did listen to most of it. I got a little sneak peek. I'm not all the way through yet. So, a few
Okay.
songs. Um, if you had to pick your favorite song or lyric from the album, what would it be?
Oh man. Okay. So I have a favorite song and I have a favorite lyric, but
Okay,
they're two separate things.
that's fine.
Um, so with Wither is my favorite song
Hmm.
on the record, just because it's very special to me.
Hmm.
Um, and it's something I wanted to do for my family and, Ricky and Josh wanted to do for their families as well. So that song is super special to me and I just love it.
Yeah.
And as far as a lyric, my favorite lyric on the record is in Evermore,
Hmm.
where Ricky goes, "I'm a prisoner with time as my chains," because the song's about eternal life and the fact that we were able to, put that together. It's very catchy. It's very different. And there's a whole lot of meaning behind that. And
Hmm.
it's just, there's so many cool lyrics on this record, but that one just stands out to me the most.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Um, let's see. We'll do one more and then we'll end with some would you rathers.
Okay. Sounds great.
What is your go-to snack in the studio?
What did they call it? So Josh Schrader's wife would bake goodies for us like
Hmm.
all the time.
Hmm.
And I cannot remember what it was called for the life of me. And I
Describe
know if Josh
it.
it's this like peanut butter cheese like almost like cheesecake pie thing and it has chocolate and it's just
Very
so
decadent.
it's very decadent and it's so good and like I would wait for the days where she would make those because I was like, oh my God. Like that is my favorite thing in the world.
That's
So
so good.
Josh, if you're reading or watching, that is my favorite
Yeah,
studio
bring that next
snack.
time. Note to Josh and his wife. All right. Would you rather? Let's see. Would you rather play in extreme heat? These are more like touring for these ones, or extreme cold.
Oh, I mean, okay. So both are miserable, but I
Hmm.
feel like based on this last tour, the extreme cold was a bit better to manage,
Hmm.
because you can just wear layers in like the RV or whatever. You like our RV was heated, so you could turn on the heat. Um, it was fine. The driving conditions kind of sucked, but it wasn't awful.
Hmm.
In the summer, in the summer, all you can really do if the and especially if the air is not working, God forbid,
Oh,
uh all you can do is delayer, and I only want to get so delayered in front of everybody. So I don't want to just be sitting there in my like underwear in the RV. And it's miserable to sleep in. So I would rather sleep in the cold than I would in the extreme heat. So I would say it's probably better to tour in the cold, personally.
yeah. I would imagine though, when it's really cold and you're playing a show, like you have to be able to feel your fingers to play guitar.
That is a thing. That is a
Yeah.
thing. But I'll take that trade-off.
Yeah. You're speaking from experience though with the touring, like in the vehicle, if you don't have air or if it's like super cold or super hot, yeah,
hmm
that would
hmm
be my
I'm
worst
just thinking
nightmare.
about living conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, no air is my nightmare. Okay, would you rather do a show with bad sound or bad lighting? I feel like I know your answer.
Bad lighting. I would rather do the show with bad lighting for
I'm
sure.
sure. I'm sure. I want everyone to hear you guys, but from my perspective, it's so hard when the lighting sucks. It's like a whole weekend of editing versus like 2 hours of editing. Like, oh, oh, here we
Totally.
are.
I completely understand.
But I know like for the metal shows, like a lot of them won't do like the front lighting, and it's like more
Mhm.
like a darker ambiance, which is super cool, but a
I know
little
you love it when
challenging.
they throw on like red lighting too. That has to be your
Ugh.
favorite.
I did one, I know we're not here to talk about me, but I did one the other day where it was like purple in the back and red on the front. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I took such a good picture too.
No, I believe it.
All right, last one. Would you rather, this is just not touring related, just in general food. Would you rather never eat pizza again or never eat tacos again?
Oh man.
Gotta pick one to give up forever.
Oh, that's so hard. That's so fucked up. Um, um, I
Didn't think this would be the hardest question.
no, it is because I like both.
Oh,
Honestly, I would probably give up pizza low key. I have to because I love tacos so much, and there's so many different kinds of
yeah.
tacos. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I
Good
would have to give
choice.
up pizza.
Good
I
choice.
think so.
I'm with you. Well, I'm super excited for y'all's album to come out in a couple days, and appreciate you chatting with us today and doing some fun questions as well.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.